The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And last weekend, Nate Bargatze did 6 sold-out shows at the Chicago Theater. Comedian, friend of the show. Kenzie's number one. He's your number one comic, right? If you had to
He's
say,
my favorite, yeah.
People say, who's your favorite guy? Like, I always kind of go with Bert Kreischer. And then people have a number one that just always made him laugh. It's always a joy. And you got to see him live, which is, sometimes hard to do.
I know.
Get the time to go do it. And it was really cool. I saw that he went to Jake Melnick's over in River North. It's a bar for the first couple of years of his comedy career. He started here in Chicago, and he was one of the first servers when that bar opened. That was my neighborhood barbecue sports bar / They have great wings over there, Jake Melnick's. Great barbecue.
Yeah, he lived here for 2 years. He lived in Chicago.
Yeah, and he started as a server there while he was starting his comedy. And there's an old bit back, pretty much right around when he was starting here as a comedian that is so good about taking his baby home the first time with his wife and the instructions they give you.
The big thing they tell you, the number one thing they say, they're really big on they're like, whatever you do, let's just try not to shake this baby. That's like the number one goal. And they tell it to you, like they're almost like, obviously you're going to want to shake the baby. But it would be so awesome if you just did not shake this baby. That would be the best. And then they showed me a video of a guy that's like, here's what I do instead of shaking my baby. Like he was like, I take walks, for instance. I walk 70 miles a day or something. I walk a lot. Then I signed a certificate, like I was in kindergarten, that said, all right, I promise, I swear to God, I won't shake the baby. Quit asking me about this. I've never heard the word shake so much in my entire life. That's all we talked about. And the first night we got her home, she was like, you're like delirious, you're just confused and tired, and she was like crying for like 6 hours. And I was like sitting there, I was like, wait, are we supposed to shake this baby?
You know what's wild about that club? That's a small club. And that bit he's done in bigger venues. I don't know if he still does that bit in Chicago Theater, like with that massive crowd. But it's so cool to hear him when they start out with that bit, and then where it goes to like 5,000 people hearing it.
I know. I mean, no, they don't. He doesn't redo that anymore because it's from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but some guys
social media exists.
Some guys have that icon bit though that they'll still do in a show like that. Like Bert does The Machine for 15 years. They do it. Everybody looks forward to that one bit. But I know he's got new material.
He does. Yes, no, he's really known for that.
Yeah.
Known for some new things in the last 10 years.
That's Nate Bargatze.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And God, it's hard to believe just 1 year ago at this time, he's going to leave the show, go pick up Megan in the Nissan Rogue that we just purchased, the 2019 Nissan Rogue pre-owned. And head down to Northwestern to bring...
Was that an important detail?
I'm setting the scene. Here.
Imagine you listening at home. Imagine you're in the Nissan Rogue with Brian.
You feel it? You feel it now?
Well, now it all changed because it's pre-owned. I didn't know that.
The seats are just new.
Obviously a different smell.
Yeah, 2019. So at low mileage, good deal over at Berman Nissan. We took care of that and got it home. That was the... art.
I wish this whole thing would just turn into an endorsement for Nissan. It just had nothing to do with me.
So we're in the Nissan Rogue, and and all of a sudden came back, and baby was delivered tomorrow morning at 10:11 Q101 time, 101.1. Pretty wild how your life, and you're about to experience this in 89 days?
89 days.
89 days.
Or sooner.
Well, that's true.
Sooner or later.
I would love that. I would love for you to stay here as long as you can.
If you're out of your mind if you think after my due date I'm going to be sitting in here.
I should get delivered in June. Just wait it out.
The hospital down the street.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, we had to plan it and set an appointment because she wasn't dilating, if you will, so it had to be induced. All this stuff sounds too technical for you, Case?
No, I just thought it was funny. You said dilating, if you will. It's like, yeah, I will. It's dilating.
Yeah, dilating.
What does that mean?
That's the,
As it grows, I don't know what it means.
No, it's not. No, the baby's not growing.
They've only talked about it in the office. That's the only reason I know what dilating is.
Things are getting wider so you can give birth.
Oh, that's good.
Opening and closing. Think of that.
Oh, my God.
That was too much?
It's just
You dilate, like, Oh, okay. Visually,
That's
can
what
I
I-
do
No,
that?
the human body was a mistake. This thing is so messed up.
Should have came with a stork. Just put the baby out there, just delivers it that way.
Well, at least
brother.
yours came with a penis.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I wish I had Napoleon's.
Oh, yeah. It's a glorious thing, childbirth, and dilating.
And
Oh, did you go
dilated.
through a lot during that experience?
I watched it.
Oh, poor thing.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Lauren taking you through the rest of Wednesday. Tomorrow, Ticket Blitz Thursday. And, of course, we'll still have the Green Day tickets at 8. Wrigley Field, Green Day, Pumpkins, Rancid, the Linda Lindas. Free tickets, the Song Scramble at 8. Despite the pleas to make it easier, it will not be easier.
Do you know what Ticket Blitz Thursday is tomorrow?
I actually don't.
It's Green Day Smashing Pumpkins tickets.
What?
From 8 to 9, 9 to 10, and then the rest of the day, you're going to have so many opportunities to not pay for Green Day Smashing Pumpkins, Rancid, Linda Linda's
Or I have to
tickets.
play the song Scramble if you hate that.
3 times. We'll get all 3 times for it. Now we'll have 2 others that'll be very easy in a text way, and then the Song Scramble for that third option to get it.
No reason to go anywhere else.
Wow, that's awesome. Takeaways from today's show, 312-591-8300.
Joe checked in from Downers Grove. He said, it was only a few minutes is not a good excuse to go to Chick-fil-A instead of responding to a heart attack call.
Tops.
Tops. Oh, it was only a few minutes tops.
Only a few minutes tops. That wasn't the headlines today.
Could define life and death.
Another takeaway, Brian and Case are killing it with their 9,500 steps a day between the two of them.
Won't need that ambulance to come.
Hey,
and-
my man. Hey, give us some. Dab me up. That's what I'm talking about. We're killing it.
Yup. Look at this figure.
Yeah.
All right. And finally,
Speaking of my figure.
Double Features Mike's says, obvious Wednesday takeaway. Case is not a thick boy. He's a fat piece of garbage.
Thank you.
Because the human body is a mistake.
Oh, that's awful.
That was great to tie those all in. Good job. You miss a moment, miss a lot, go to the podcast, Q101.com. Anywhere you get your podcast, like, subscribe, and share.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.